Hi, it's Claire Saunders from What's New in Electronics, here at the last day of SMTA Chicago, and I'm joined by Chris Dayney from Fuji America. How are you doing?
Hi Claire, I'm doing very well, thank you.
Good, good. How's the show been for you so far?
This has been a great show. The conferences are really world class, they're the best part of it. Having all us vendors here and being able to showcase our equipment, we're very close by here in Illinois, is great. And we love this venue because it's right next to the airport. You know, The O'Hare's right here, and you could really fly in from just about anywhere. So we've seen folks coming from really all over North America to this show because it's so easy to get in and out.
It's
a great venue.
Yeah, I think it's been encouraging because if there was a nervousness, it's been a challenging year, let's say, in America with the tariffs and all those sort of things going on. So what's that meant for the SMT industry?
That's a good question. It's probably one of the first things that we get asked and that we are experiencing now. At least the last year that we just went through was a pretty bumpy road. The uncertainty of where the tariffs would land really drove a lot of onshoring, which is great for us. So we're seeing more and more of the OEM manufacturer decide we're just going to build it in-house. So they start bringing that into a brand new greenfield site. It's great for us because we're seeing new equipment. And it has been kind of this entire year, a lot of just kicking the tires, we're thinking about it, but here towards the end of the year, we're starting to see some investment, which is great. So we see the future really ramping up with new manufacturing.
I think with all challenges, there has to be positives, but it's difficult and it can't happen overnight. And of course, like you say, for reshoring, there's challenges in its own scope that comes with that. There's the fact that we've had many conversations over the years with people about young people coming back into the industry. You're not seeing young people coming in. You're not seeing the next generation. So this reshoring, I'm guessing, and things like this event with the training and the seminars and the sessions, that's going to bring more people in. So it's going to bring a new workforce, a new positivity to the country as well.
It is, and it's a real good point. It's something we've actually thought a lot about. With the onshoring and with these new greenfield sites, the challenge is going to be having a labor or workforce that's skilled in electronics manufacturing. And universities do offer electrical engineering, mechanical engineering. We don't have a lot of the manufacturing engineering. And in the past, a lot of that tribal knowledge really kind of went with where a lot of the manufacturing went, overseas. So there's a lot of NPI here in the States and North America, but not as much of the high volume. Now we're seeing that to take hold. More high volume sites brings that challenge of how do we get a workforce that's going to be ready for it. We see it as a positive. Obviously, our equipment, Fuji's machines, are made very easy to operate, simple to use, and we're starting to do some investments into some universities and into collaborations with schools so that there is a curriculum that folks can take, that young engineers can take on the electronics manufacturing, on SMT. And that's really going to be great because we're starting at the greenfield brand new site. You young engineers learn from the ground floor, the deck plate, so to say, all the way up into the future. I think we're going to see a big uptick in manufacturing, and I think we're going to see a lot of young folks that are getting into this industry and taking over some of us that have been around for a long time.
Which is good. I mean, it's a bit of a relief, isn't it? Because we can't keep going forever.
No, exactly. We can't, and we see that now, in the past, we've seen that, gosh, where's the young talent? But now with all of these new factories that we're starting to see pop up, there's going to be a lot of new talent that's going to really flood the workforce. Hopefully we'll see that in the coming years.
And you touched then on your products and how easy to use they are. You've got some new stuff that's been happening here.
We do. The market has really driven us to ultra small chips, very large devices, easy to operate, simple, take the workload off of the operators. Fuji's seen that for a long time and have built our machines to be very easy to operate, very easy to change over, very quick to make changes on the fly and to adjust to a demanding high mix environment. Our latest innovative pick and place machine called the R series has a lot of smart factory built into it. And that smart factory is really going to help where there is a lower experienced labor force. Things like automatic changeover, taking the hassle of having to decide which job, have it just all be barcode scanned or run by the panel itself using a barcode, knowing what that product is, an automatic changeover. Again, takes the workload off of the operator. That's part of our Smart Factory initiative, that as well as the full autonomous factory. Now we only really need to have those operators managing the kitting area or setting up reels and planning out a schedule. The equipment is smart enough with the Smart Factory now where it can perform things like replenishment of reels at the line. With our autonomous NXTR, that machine can load its feeders on its own. We don't need an operator for that. So we can reduce the workforce and the burden of having to know how to perform a lot of things that are kind of common in a high mix environment. That as well as the predictive maintenance and predictive quality features. Being to know in advance if a product isn't coming out right, as in a poorly placed component or a faulty polarity, those are caught very quickly. Our new autonomous machines will catch that and correct it for you. These types of initiatives, they really kind of, as I said, take the burden off the operator and make it simple for the high mix environment. So we're very proud of both our NXTR-S version that we have here, the standard, and our A, full autonomous, as well as the high mix AIM-XR. That platform is both high mix and high volume. The AIM-XR, AIM, all-in-one machine. Yeah. It's a real nice solution for those smaller factories, smaller mom and pop shops that are just starting up. You want a simple one solution piece of equipment, wide range of component capability, easy to operate. We are very proud of how our AIM-XR is adapted to that environment. And now seeing the future with the high volume and with more and more of the mass production of electronics here in the States and here in North America, huge uptick in folks coming to us looking for that full autonomous, knowing the labor force, knowing they're going to have to build in a technical environment without a lot of skill today.
Yeah.
And so we are very proud of how our our R series and the Smart Factory will blend in nicely.
Yeah.
So we see a real bright future. And here at the SMTA, of course, we brought our best, our flagship equipment, the R series.
Yeah. Well, you actually kind of answered the question that I was going to ask you next, and that is that Fuji has now become a solution for all different sizes of companies because it's smaller, like small man band, or up to the bigger solutions. You can now offer all of those different things, and the fact that we are going to have, well, if it goes as we were all thinking it's going to go, lots more stuff happening in the US. While that stuff or that skill set is building up, your machines are going to be able to help until those people have the capabilities maybe that they need for other products.
Yeah, and it's a good point. Yeah, I usually do bring that up, that we have both a very high volume solution with our NXTR, very space saving, and as well that all-in-one machine that's simple to use, easy, one machine solution. And that machine is built in with a lot of the features that are going to make it much easier. Automated functions like remote board skip and part height checking and panel mapping. These are all built in to eliminate the worry that the quality will be there.
Yeah.
Something that we've at Fuji have always driven towards is having that high performance, high quality machine that's really a cut above the rest. And we'll continue to do that as we're developing more and more to help the labor force and make it kind of streamlined and make it easy. As I always say, with you're using one of our systems, the R series, the autonomous system, you can likely reduce your labor force by about 10% because you won't need as many operators to run the front of the line. You can also increase your productivity by about 30%.
Wow, okay.
Because you're able to have the robots and the automation perform a lot of the work that was previously manual and labor intensive. Now that's done by automation, by robots. So we've been doing it for several years, and now we're continuing to develop that type of platform into the future.
That's brilliant.
With our Nexum Smart Factory and our R series, I think we're going to blend in real nicely, as we're already seeing, just a big uptick. So the future looks bright.
I was going to say the future looks busy.
The future looks busy for all of us, yeah. So if you're out there and you're thinking about it, it's a good time to get into manufacturing because it's really starting to grow, at least from our perspective as we're seeing it.
So Fuji, what's next for Fuji, I guess, is apart from being really busy?
Yes, our next is, we're going to continue down the path of full autonomous.
Okay.
Our goal is to get to the true lights out factory, and that would be a realistic goal for us in the future.
Okay.
We're already seeing that with our autonomous system. I think we're one of the only ones out there, maybe the only one out there that has the zero operator system, the machine that can run without an operator.
Wow.
And that's really revolutionizing the industry, because I think everyone's seeing that and saying, wow, they've already got one built. We were just thinking of it. Yeah, we do. We have one. And we're obviously looking towards the future at what we can do to even automate even more.
Great stuff, fantastic. Well, it sounds really, really great for you guys, very positive, and thank you so much for joining us, and I'm wishing you all the best.
Thank you very much, Claire. I appreciate it.
Thank
we'll
you.
See you.